Thalassophobia is, in general, a fear of the ocean and what lies within. It's a phobia that I myself occasionally experience, and many people around the world do. Some, of course, more intensely than others. It's relatively unstudied, but the main theory suggests that human beings as a whole are out of place in the water and therefore suffer this fear. Since thalassophobia can mean different things for different people, I've decided to make this compilation of videos representative of that. So rather than just showing 5 spooky fish, I've tried to encompass everything that thalassophobia means to me, and hopefully everything thalassophobia means to you. That way I can almost guarantee that at least one of these videos will at least give you the creeps. Maybe you watching have thalassophobia, maybe you don't, but by the end of this video, you certainly will know for sure. This is 5 videos that will trigger thalassophobia. Number 1. The Giant Gulp. I was first made aware of this clip via a GIF posted to our Thalassophobia, and it's safe to say it's pretty terrifying. Something massive emerges almost out of nowhere, using the obscurity that the sea provides to disguise itself as it swallows a large shoal of fish. The huge mouth of this creature and its apparent immense size conjures up quite a dark fear within me. Perhaps the same fear that led our ancestors to dream of medieval sea monsters. The true story of this video is actually much more mundane. It is a clip from a documentary. A link will be provided in the description. And what we see here is a whale ambushing a school of fish to engulf and eat as many as possible. Now, whales definitely are big and in some ways quite unsettling, but for the most part we know what they are. We know that they're not that aggressive or dangerous. So the main thing that is scary about this clip is the unknown. If we add the information and context, it no longer becomes as scary, and I think you'll find that this theme reoccurs several times in this video. Number 2. The Case of URI Lipsky. In the year 2000, the diver URI Lipsky tragically passed away. However, these were not by natural means. He was scuba diving off the coast of Egypt, and unfortunately, due to errors and malfunctions with his equipment, started to rapidly descend into the depths. This entire moment was recorded, and for quite a while you can view what he saw as he plunged deeper and deeper to his eventual demise. I think it's safe to say that this is pretty terrifying, and if you have thalassophobia, this sort of thing is probably what keeps you from attempting scuba diving. Where we had something fairly mundane that seemed a lot scarier than it actually was with the whale, this is a case that is tragically real and a truly horrific example of what the ocean can do. Number 3. Deepsea Oddities. In this clip from the excellent documentary Blue Planet, we see some of the strangest deep-sea creatures in their element. A lot of these animals seem almost otherworldly, and perhaps that's not too far-fetched a statement, considering the world they exist in is drastically different from our own. Without the sun to guide them, they have had to evolve their own ways of lighting up, bioluminescence. Their bodies are pale and colourless since they don't need it, and they often feed by ambushing their prey. I think it's safe to say if an unfortunate enough human ended up this deep in the ocean, they too may be mesmerised and spellbound by the glowing lure of an anglerfish, or perhaps something much bigger. To me, this is one of the most frightening aspects of the ocean, how deep it is. There is almost certainly a lot of animals down there that we have never seen. And who's to say some of those aren't big enough to at least cause trouble for a simple human such as ourselves. Number 4. The Titanic. A far cry from the perhaps cliched movie rendition. The Titanic was a very real ship, which leaves an almost surreal wreckage behind. The footage of this abandoned wreckage at the bottom of the ocean is quite unsettling, especially considering how many lives were lost during its sinking. There's something particularly eerie about seeing what was at the time one of mankind's most impressive creations being trapped at the bottom of one of nature's. The water is cloudy and, I imagine, still freezing cold. Who knows what strange cold water creature has taken up residence in the abandoned rooms of the Titanic, hiding amongst the many corpses and human remains that are certainly still lingering in the hallways. It stands as a testament to just how vicious and unpredictable the ocean can really be. And to experience this even via an ROV, the visual is certainly haunting. Number 5. Brine Pools. This footage is taken from Blue Planet's sequel, and as you can see, we return to the ocean floor. However, in this clip, something doesn't seem quite right. It's almost as though there is an ocean under the ocean. This is a brine pool. It's basically a liquid that has a different density to the water and therefore forms a pool underneath the water. The eels seen swimming around seem extremely alien as they drift above this liquid. It's extremely surreal and definitely triggers thalassophobia, the thought that there is something even deeper, a liquid beneath the liquid. Brine pools are exceptionally toxic to most life. This eel manages to enter for only a brief period of time before its life becomes endangered. But who knows exactly what could be lurking beneath the surface? Some bizarre new form of life. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So there you are, that has been 5 clips that I think will almost certainly trigger thalassophobia if you have it. I'd love to know if it worked on you. One of the fun things about thalassophobia is that although it is a phobia, there's an element of adrenaline to it, similar to if you were to watch a horror movie. Whilst many of us are certainly afraid of the ocean and what lies within, there's also a built-in curiosity towards it. We want and sometimes need to find out more about it, even though it terrifies us. Make sure to like the video if you did, share it with a friend, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribe for more creepy content.